Good afternoon, and welcome to Driving Park Community Center. My name is Will Font. I'm the center manager here at Driving Park Community Recreation Center. I want to welcome you here today for the 2018 budget rollout. We're always happy to show off our newly renovated center. Driving Park is more than a neighborhood to me. It's home. And we're excited to hear what's next for our neighbors and our great city. Thank you for joining us today. It is my pleasure to introduce Michael Aaron, President and CEO of Rickenbacker Woods Foundation.
Good afternoon to the citizens of our fair city. Welcome to the new Driving Park Community Center. And I know the facility has been open for just over a year. But to us here in Driving Park, it is still new and it is absolutely beautiful. My name is Michael Aaron, President of the Rickenbacker Woods Foundation and Learning Center, one of 3 national historic landmarks that happens to be right here in the Driving Park community. And we're gathered here today to hear from our mayor, Mayor Ginther, to speak on his priorities for the 2018 City of Columbus budget. Now, many of you have heard or read about the mayor's talk on last week regarding the new budget priorities surrounding community safety. I will not rehash those points, but I will say that I was one of those community leaders invited to the roundtable discussions, where many of these new initiatives were birthed. Speaking personally for myself, I appreciated the genuine attitude and the frank conversation we were able to have, as even my family in May of this year was touched by gun violence in such a tragic manner. I ask that city government continue such roundtables. Please do not let this be a one-time occurrence. You will carry favor with many citizenry if you continue to meet and to listen to them. The city's role with this budget reflects an ongoing commitment to neighborhoods and highlights the importance of a community-based approach to addressing the needs of communities citywide. Knowing this, it is my hope that the mayor's budget will seek to work with small and even new community organizations who have a direct relationship to the communities at hand and a means to put many of this budget's goals into practice. The city cannot do this work alone. If safety, health, protection, joy are to rebound, it will take all of us working together. The city of Columbus does not, nor can any other city in America, demand its citizens to love and respect one another. We have to do that on our own. So I urge you all in this room and all of you out there to love yourselves a little bit more, to respect yourselves a little bit more, and then to pass that love on to your neighbor. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mayor Mayor Ginther of the great city of Columbus.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction, and I am so excited to have so many of you here today. As you can tell from my voice, I am coming back from some bronchitis and the like, and I appreciate everyone bearing with me. It's better than last night. We were at the Public Health Department meeting with neighborhood and community leaders around the city, kind of giving them a preview. At that point, it was a whisper. And now it's just a little bit less irritating to listen to, but more volume behind it. So to Michael Aaron, thank you for that generous and kind introduction. Thank you for our continued partnership in this neighborhood and throughout neighborhoods in our great city. From all my colleagues on Columbus City Council, President Klein, President Pro Tem Tyson, council members Mitch Brown, Liz Brown, Michael Stenziano, Shannon Harden, to City Auditor Hugh Dorian, City Attorney Rick Pfeiffer, and our outstanding Municipal Clerk of Courts, Lori Tyack. I appreciate your partnership in work in getting us to where we are today. Today, I'm pleased to present the 2018 operating budget of $890.6 million. It is a sound and balanced proposal based on projected revenue that reflects the priorities of my administration. Former Vice President Biden often would tell a story of one that his father shared with him. His father would tell him, "Don't tell me what you value. Show me your budget, and I'll tell you what you value." This budget represents my ongoing commitment and the value we place on continued investment in Columbus neighborhoods in public safety, diversity and inclusion, gender equity, early childhood education, and a healthy early start to life. Policies that will strengthen Columbus's financial position in times of increasing fiscal challenges. I tell people all the time, I have the best job in the best city in America. Columbus, in many respects, is in a time of unprecedented growth. We're home to a diverse mix of over 860,000 residents and growing every day. We're now the 14th largest city in America. And Insight 2050 projects that our population will double in the next 20 to 30 years. We have the fastest growing economy in the Midwest, and our housing market is booming. With thanks to the best auditor in all of America, Mr. Dorian, the city's financial position is strong. We continue to maintain a AAA bond rating from all three bond rating agencies, the only big city in America that can claim that. However, we know that 2/3 of the residents in this city are doing well, but a third of our neighbors still are not sharing in the success story that is Columbus. As mayor, I am committed to ensuring that every family in every neighborhood in our city share in our success and have the opportunity to succeed. The future of Columbus and the people who reside here depends on our collective efforts to ensure we have vibrant, safe, and thriving neighborhoods. Our most challenged neighborhoods have the highest rates of infant mortality, unemployment, poverty, and violent crime. I am deeply disturbed by the spike of homicides and the impact on violence on our families. Gun violence in particular is having disproportionately in our minority communities. Last week, I unveiled my comprehensive neighborhood safety strategy, developed to reverse these trends by addressing the root causes of crime and investing in the health and safety of our neighborhoods. We are pursuing new and innovative ways to provide ladders of opportunity to residents living in some of our most challenged neighborhoods. My administration is laser focused on these opportunity neighborhoods and strengthening these communities by building on their greatest assets, our people, the people who live in these neighborhoods, who are committed to a brighter future for their children and grandchildren. Many people have contributed their voices to the creation of this budget. And since I am now starting to lose my voice, I'm going to turn the podium over to our Finance Director, Joe Lombardi, to give you the highlights of the 2018 operating budget. But I'll be around afterwards to answer any questions. Please welcome Director Lombardi.
Thank you, Mayor Ginther. I would like to reiterate the Mayor's gratitude for everyone who worked on this budget, especially my finance staff. As you all know, the Mayor's top 3 priorities are neighborhoods, neighborhoods, neighborhoods. This budget continues the work of ensuring we have a vibrant, safe, thriving neighborhoods. An important part of these efforts centers on the work of the Smart Columbus team, which is leveraging federal, local, and private resources in a multi-year initiative to fuse technology and transportation in efficient and innovative ways. What does this mean? Equitable access to transportation. Mobility is a great equalizer of the 21st century. Columbus is using transportation powered by holistic solutions and integrated data to give our residents access to opportunities that empower them to live their best lives. The 2018 budget will support these building blocks of the future through the implementation of grants from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Paul G. Allen Family Foundation, as well as through collaborative public and private partnerships through Smart Columbus Acceleration Investments. Public safety is the highest priority and single largest financial investment the City of Columbus makes each year. In 2018, more than 2/3, or $600.7 million of the general fund budget is dedicated to the Department of Public Safety. This includes funding for 70 new police recruits and 80 new fire recruits, and continued investments in the tools and technology to keep police officers, firefighters, and residents safe. And on the capital side of the budget, we are especially excited to announce the design and construction of a new Far North Police Substation, a replacement for Fire Station 16 in North Linden, and construction of Fire Station 35 on Wagoner Road. Investments will continue to be made in priority safety and health initiatives to prevent violent, gang and drug-related crimes and opiate addiction. We continue to equip Columbus police officers with body-worn cameras and are on track to have 1,300 officers outfitted by the end of 2018. The successful Linden Community Police Safe Streets initiative will be expanded to other Columbus Opportunity neighborhoods, utilizing bike patrol and foot patrol officers familiar with the neighborhoods to reduce violent crime and improve community public relations. We are partnering with Franklin County Juvenile Court to expand our Recreation and Parks Department Job Readiness program that provides young adults with a real alternative to reoffending. This $200,000 in funding is in addition to the $600,000 for other youth job programs in recreation and parks, some of which provide opportunities for youth right here in Driving Park. Jobs provide teens and young adults with enriching experiences that will help shape their futures. We worked with labor we are also approaching city projects differently, like the construction of the new fire station on Wagoner Road. We worked with labor and the NAACP and other stakeholders to establish the city's first community benefits agreement for this project. This agreement makes sure Columbus residents have a fair shot at working on the project. It also offers tangible benefits for our community, including apprenticeships, focused job recruitment, diversity and inclusion plans, and a second chance for displaced workers and people re-entering our community after incarceration. Our investment of over $7 million in the Department of Neighborhoods supports our 19 area commissions, My Brother's Keeper, our new American initiative, the creation of the new American Leadership Academy, and our comprehensive neighborhood planning efforts in Linden and the Hilltop. And we are excited to continue moving the Department of Neighborhood staff to the Point of Pride building in the Linden area. One of Mayor Ginther's first actions when he took office was creating the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. The goal of this office is to increase supplier and workforce diversity within the city. To that end, in 2018, we will complete the disparity study we started this year to determine if disparities exist. Funding for this office in 2018 in the amount of over $1.3 million will continue to support supplier diversity outreach, the work of the Columbus Recruitment Task Force, and implementation of the city's workforce diversity strategy. Earlier this year, the mayor seated the first Columbus Women's Commission, chaired by First Lady Shannon Ginther. The commission works to dismantle barriers and reduce gender-based inequities to improve the economic position of women in our community. The 2018 budget will support key initiatives of the Women's Commission, such as the Columbus Commitment, Achieving Pay Equity. At the recent launch of this initiative, more than 60 Columbus companies made the commitment to learn about the gender pay gap, understand how race and other factors create even larger disparities, and take action to build awareness of the unique challenges facing women in the workplace. We maintained funding in this budget to support Celebrate One, the city's infant mortality reduction initiative, dedicated to cutting infant mortality by 40% and racial disparity in half by 2020. Celebrate One and our community partners are committed to eliminating preventable sleep-related infant deaths, reducing preterm births, and improving service delivery to families impacted the most by health disparities in our community. Early Start Columbus funding will help us to support the number of pre-kindergarten classroom slots and increase the quality of the programs Columbus children attend. Each year, our investment in Early Start Columbus gets us closer to universal pre-K education for every 4-year-old in Columbus. Department of Education funding that totals over $4.5 million also helps to provide a safe environment for children to continue to learn after their school day ends through grants to after-school providers. Through the continued investment in the Department of Development's Housing and Business Incentive portfolio, we remain committed to the investments in Columbus neighborhoods, creating more jobs and driving long-term stability for the city of Columbus. In 2018, working closely with the mayor's office and private sector developers, the Department of Development will execute innovative strategies to ensure new residential developments create housing for families at different income levels, increase the number and quality of jobs in our city by attracting and retaining businesses to our city, and ensure that our neighborhoods are supported and protected with proactive code enforcement. To ensure your city government is operating at its greatest efficiency, this budget supports a comprehensive review of city operations. I am also pleased to report that we continue to be on track of reaching our goal of $75 million balance in our rainy day fund by the end of 2018, and the new goal of $80 million by the end of 2020. Mayor Ginther has proposed a 2018 general operating fund budget that is balanced, a budget that maintains our commitment to public safety, diversity, and neighborhood development, a budget that is transparent, accountable, and fiscally responsible, a budget that recognizes the changing fiscal landscape. It is a budget that meaningfully invests our finite resources as we all work together to become America's opportunity city. Thank you, Mayor Ginther, and thanks to all of you for you coming out today. The mayor and I will be available to answer questions one-on-one afterwards. Thank you.